Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we are going to be talking about some pretty crazy news, honestly, man. Like, I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to cover realistically anything like this ever before. Kind of a random, hit on the 2023 bingo card. But as it looks right now, the next 48 hours or so might not be the best hours for former President of the United States, Donald Trump, as he has taken to social media to announce that he believes he will be arrested by New York authorities on Tuesday here this week in the United States. And obviously, this is a pretty major deal because, well, not only is Trump one of the more famous people in the last couple decades, made a shit ton of money, became like an American icon and whatnot, this guy was the former president of the United States and is already believed to be a major candidate for the 2024 presidential campaign coming up here for the United States. Right now, in a lot of places, he currently holds the favorite lead for the Republican nomination. He will probably have a pretty tight battle with Ron DeSantis, who is the governor of Florida, I believe, right? And yeah, obviously, this is going to be a huge deal because not only is this a former president, but this is somebody who is planning to run for president once again. And obviously, Trump has been an extremely controversial person in the last, 6 years or so, ever since he really got elected and whatnot. I don't know, that's been 6, 7, 8 years ago now. What, 2016? Jesus, man, I can't believe it's been that long. But this would actually mark the first time that a president of the United States, whether they be former, currently sitting, whatever, has actually been arrested and criminally charged by police in American history. I mean, this is a pretty crazy story. This is something that we have never seen happen before. And apparently this is what we should be kind of keeping our eye out for, because it looks like this has a chance. I mean, I don't know why, if this wasn't actually a possibility, why Trump would even announce this publicly. So I have to imagine that this is genuinely a real urgent concern for Trump. But former U.S. President Donald Trump on Saturday said he expects to be arrested on Tuesday as New York prosecutors consider charges over a hush money payment to a porn star, and called on his supporters to protest. Quote, illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan district attorney's office indicate that with no crime being able to be proven, that the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week, Trump wrote on Truth Social. No U.S. president, while in office or afterward, has faced criminal charges. Trump said he will continue campaigning even if he is charged with a crime. A spokesperson for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, whose office has been investigating a $130,000 hush payment Trump's former personal lawyer Michael Cohen made to porn actor Stormy Daniels, declined to comment. Sources have said Bragg's office has been presenting evidence to a grand jury about the payment, which came in the waning days of Trump's 2016 campaign in exchange for Daniels' silence about an affair she had with Trump a decade earlier. Trump has denied the affair happened and called the investigation by Bragg, a Democrat, a witch hunt. An additional witness is expected to appear before the grand jury on Monday at the request of Trump's lawyers, a person familiar with the matter said on Saturday. So this is actually insane. This has been one of the big controversies, I guess, during the Trump campaign / presidency era. Basically, in Trump's lifetime after 2014, 2015, when he started really trying to become president of the United States. And I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but Stormy Daniels is this porn star or whatever. I don't know. I guess she's an older porn star. I have no idea. But apparently Trump had some sort of affair with her, slept with her, cheated or whatever on his wife. And she claims that this all happened, however long ago. And basically Trump allegedly sent $130,000 through his lawyer to her, basically to make her stop publicly saying that Trump had an affair. It was basically a PR or a public image kind of thing, right? He doesn't want that kind of information out there, allegedly, and whatever. So it's not for anything political or anything crazy like that. This is just a charge stemming from something pretty much unrelated to his presidency and all that, at least directly and whatnot. So Trump is pretty much aware, it seems, of what's going on. He addressed the leaked info or whatever. The date that's been kind of set on this whole thing here is for Tuesday. And as of me recording this video and uploading it, it is Sunday, meaning that, well, within the next 48 hours, we're really going to see whether or not this was really anything for, concern, a reason for anyone to talk here. Because, I mean, if he gets arrested on Tuesday, that is going to be absolutely breaking bombshell news, right? That's going to be probably damn near everywhere. CNN, Fox, whatever. Everybody's going to be talking about that because, as the article stated, there's never been a president who's really been in this situation. There's never been, for instance, John F. Kennedy wasn't facing fucking racketeering charges, or Bill Clinton wasn't getting hit with RICO. You know what I mean? These people people aren't out here oftentimes getting themselves in trouble, right? Like, as the US president, you know, you're supposed to be held to a super high standard, you know what I mean? Now, from what I'm understanding of this situation and like what I've known of it previously, this whole thing with Donald Trump did not technically happen when he was president of the United States. So this, I think, is more of like in his personal life or whatever here. But Trump's statement that he expected to be arrested on Tuesday is based on news reports that Bragg's office is going to be meeting with law enforcement to prepare for a possible indictment, said the person who spoke on condition of anonymity. The Republican Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, on Saturday decried the investigation. Quote, "Here we go again, an outrageous abuse of power by a radical DA who lets violent criminals walk as he pursues political vengeance against President Trump," McCarthy said on Twitter. McCarthy's predecessor as Speaker, Democratic Representative Nancy Pelosi, who like McCarthy was present at the Capitol when hundreds of Trump supporters stormed the building, battling with police, denounced Trump's call. Quote, "The former president's announcement this morning is reckless, doing so to keep himself in the news and to foment unrest among his supporters," Pelosi said in a statement. Quote, "He cannot hide from his violations of the law, disrespect for our elections, and incitements to violence, I should say." So, of course, you know, this is immediately turned political, as anything would with a former president, right? You know, on his side, the Republicans, they are basically saying like, all the liberals, these sons of bitches are trying to get fucking Trump, bro. You know, that's how they are. And then, you know, you got your libtards over on the fucking Democrat side or whatever that are all like, oh, he's a criminal, he's a madman, we gotta get him arrested, he's the second coming of Hitler, you know what I mean? Like, it's how the politics works here in the United States. Everybody gets all freaked the fuck out like this, and whenever the person on the other side does something or whatever that's noteworthy, they're gonna make a comment. So honestly, when it comes to like what Congress has to say about this whole thing or anything, I honestly don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do for me because these people are professional liars. You know what I mean? Nothing they say matters in that term. But obviously, Trump is probably gonna have to fight this, you know? Like, I don't imagine that he's just gonna roll over and basically be cool, you know what I mean? Like, hey, go ahead and fucking arrest and charge me or whatever, right? Like, I don't know. From what I've seen, this isn't a very severe charge either. I know you might be wondering about that. From what I've been looking at, this is like basically like an offhanded misdemeanor. This isn't any sort of like felony or anything from what we're seeing here. They haven't even mentioned like jail time or anything as a possible outcome, right? Like, usually if it's a pretty severe crime or like the person's doing some just like wild, wacky, hoo-hoo-ha-ha shit, that's gonna get them in a lot of trouble. Like, you know, they tell you like, oh, you know, if convicted, this person could face 37 years in jail or whatever, right? They haven't really been mentioning anything like that when it comes to Trump. And personally, I have a reason why that is. Even if he was charged with something, I guess, that really drove a shit ton of time or whatever to go to jail, like, let's be real here. And I know that a lot of people don't want to hear this because they don't like to hear the reality of the situation. Trump is not going to be in any serious trouble. Let's just call it what it is, man. He is not going to be in any serious trouble. Even if they go through and they charge him with this, and even if they fucking convict him, if that man is serving like significant jail time or losing a shit ton of money, it has no effect on this guy. This is a dude who is worth billions of dollars, you know what I mean? Like, do you think he gives a fuck if he gets charged with a misdemeanor? I think he's gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's really too pressed about that charge or whatever, right? But it once again comes back to the public visibility of the situation. Like, if you're Trump here, you know, you're about to try and run for president again. The first time around, you know, it ended with the January 6th shit. Lots of people are still kind of pressed about that and don't want Trump back in office for whatever reasons that they personally have. So for him right now, it's very important, at least from like an outsider's perspective, for him to really try to maintain his public image and really try to defend himself from like, you know, stories that could really hurt his name or his brand. And that's exactly what this is. He didn't want to be involved in this shit in the first place. And, you know, maybe he was having an affair. Maybe he was sleeping with Stormy Daniels or whatever. Honestly, personally, really not my fucking business. I don't really care who billionaires who are running the country are having sex with. Doesn't really affect me in the slightest as long as I'm not getting ran down on by Trump. But shit, now that you mention it, I don't know, he is kind of rich. Anyway, on a very real note though, but like Trump, he can't just like sit here and let this shit fester, you know what I mean? Like, this is a pretty serious deal. I mean, even if it isn't like serious like, you know, first degree murder charges or whatever, you still have to kind of take these things head on, you know? You got to deal with these types of things and deal with these types of problems. But I mean, this is a dude who's fucking loaded, you know? He's rich. I just don't see him being punished very significantly for really anything on the planet, you know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, and I wish it wasn't the way that it is in the world that we live in here, man, but unfortunately, you know, when it comes down to how the world works, from what a lot of us have seen here, the more money you have, the less laws really affect you. So if you're worth just like some absolutely like ludicrous amount of money, you know, you're a billionaire or something like that, right, man? Like, let's be real here. Do the laws really apply to you in this world? You know, like, do they really? When you got like damn near half of the entire US federal government and population supporting you for pretty much regardless of what you do. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like Trump could probably skydive out of a plane with like a nuclear bomb and detonate it over the city of New York and take out the whole metro area, and people would still want to fucking vote for him for president. You know, like, there's nothing you can do at this point to really destroy Trump, I feel like. I mean, what hasn't the guy been accused of? What controversy hasn't the guy faced? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think this is gonna be, you know, the story of them all that's gonna fucking, I guess, rank Trump or whatever. I don't know, man. Like, he's still gonna run for president again. And like, you know, whether you love him or hate him, whether you're gonna vote for him or not, man, like, the guy is dedicated to trying to get back into office. And like, he's not trying to let hiccups and like that stop him from getting in the way of where he wants to be. So, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait until Tuesday, I guess, to really see an update in this situation and kind of figure out what's going on once and for all. But when that does happen, I probably will make an update video. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel, follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. Thank you to my Watch Optimus subscribers. Your support helps the channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about Trump getting arrested and signing out.